Dr. Leanna Wen's departure highlights what critics of Planned Parenthood have said about the organization all along. It is more about abortion than women's health care.
The mistake that Dr. Wen made, unfortunately, is the same mistake that thousands of American women make every year. She trusted Planned Parenthood when Planned Parenthood said it was all about women's health care.
Dr. Wen wrote in the New York Times this week that she was asked to leave for the same reason she was hired, changing the direction of Planned Parenthood. Wen didn't want to just promote abortion. She wanted to care for women's health across the board.
I thought it was an interesting move when Planned Parenthood hired Dr. Leanna Wen. I think they were trying to give themselves some credibility hiring a physician, but they really need an activist because they're really not in the business of promoting healthcare, even providing standard health care. They're in the business of abortion, period.
Wen's ouster comes as Planned Parenthood faces mounting challenges. Already this year, 9 states have passed abortion restrictions. In Arkansas on Monday, a Planned Parenthood attorney argued against a new law requiring abortion doctors be board certified or board eligible in obstetrics and gynecology.
If they are allowed to go into effect, they will, in all likelihood, shut down abortion or most of the legal abortions in Arkansas.
Wen had advocated reaching out to those with more nuanced views on abortion. In her op-ed, she wrote, "We need to stop treating those whose views differ from our own with scorn and suspicion." Heather Sells, CBN News.
Thanks, Heather. Gordon, back to you.
Well, it just goes to show the propaganda campaign that's been going on with Planned Parenthood for some time. If you remember the restrictions that were attempted to be passed by Congress just a few years ago, and then the drumbeat, well, Planned Parenthood is about women's health, and it's about breast exams, and it's about all these other things. That was a continual drumbeat to try to justify the hundreds of millions of dollars of federal money that goes to Planned Parenthood every year. And so to see the ouster of this new president who was trying to actually make that real, to say, let's do something about reproductive health and not just do abortions, well, you see the effect of it. And then on top of that, to have the Arkansas Planned Parenthood argue that you shouldn't be a physician, you shouldn't have a specialty in OBGYN. In order to perform abortions, well, where's women's health in that? And if you can't have normal health regulations and normal protections for women going through these procedures, well, then what are you really about? And it's been what the pro-life movement has been saying now for decades. What they're really about is abortion. And they're really about abortion in poor areas, which goes all the way back to Margaret Sanger and eugenics and what was the founding of it. We need to curb population in low-income areas. That's what this is about. That's been the game for decades. They've been hiding it for decades. And the amazing thing to me is people haven't awakened, well, this is what they